Today we're going to talk about how we both got started in social media and how we've kept growing our career over the years.
Can we just really remember to have booze next time we do this? Because it would make
I'll go get booze right now.
And I'll join you the next time, I promise. You're thinking too hard on that.
Okay, I'll grab a glass.
Okay. Shit, I'm gonna go get a wine glass too. I'll be right back. Hey guys, decided to bring booze into the mix.
Oh,
cheers.
Cheers. How do I make eye contact with you?
I don't know eye contact. No. All right, the wine's still good.
Let's jump in and talk about, between the two of us, we have over 15 years of experience. I started as an administrative assistant, actually working with you, Sarah. So how did you get started?
I was actually working at a content marketing agency out in LA, putting myself through college. Social media was starting to blow up around that time. I basically graduated and decided that I wanted to pursue social media. So I just went through my network and I landed my first job at a social media small startup, and then started to move on to bigger brands, startups, and etc.
I started as an administrative assistant thinking, I kind of want to start trying to be more in social media. I was I liked writing, I liked creating content. You were one of the team members that I was supporting, and I thought that, working with somebody like you, I might have the chance to start to learn more, and then from there I could maybe get my first social media job. Basically, I just used the stuff that I did there to make a kick-ass portfolio and to really build up my LinkedIn. And then from there, I was able to get my first just purely social media job, and I've kept growing from there. That's how it worked for me. I remember when I got my first social media job, I felt like an imposter. I was like, they're gonna find out I don't know anything, But I think throughout all of the jobs I've gotten, that's always kind of been the case.
Yeah, but see, you knew your shit. Oh wait, can you cuss on YouTube?
Beep,
you
beep,
could just
so
beep
we can beep it out. Yeah.
Beep.
What do you think about doing passion projects, like doing something on the side?
Yeah. Oh.
To kind of get portfolio pieces or something like that. Doing something that's not for a brand, or maybe it is, but it's like you're doing a freebie for a friend or something like that.
Yeah.
When you first start out.
Okay, yeah, I think passion projects are awesome. Just to give you an example, my friend she just started her own kind of foundation that's based for women, and she asked me to be a board member for her to kind of just do all the social media for that, and it's supporting women and networking in the tech field. And obviously I'm not getting paid for it, but A, I super support women in the tech field, and B, I think it's cool to get the experience, obviously add it onto your portfolio.
I think my portfolio, which I put together at your advice, really helped me stand apart and made it seem like I was super extra,
Yeah, I swear to God, so my portfolio is now 42 pages long, and sometimes when I look at it, I'm like, damn, I've done a lot of work, and I'm very proud of it, and it shows the variety of work that you've been able to do. For myself personally, it's been not just social media, it's newsletters and e-blasts, it's all different aspects.
I think it's such a good way to build your own confidence, because I was saying earlier, every social media job that I've applied for, I've had this imposter syndrome around it, where I'm probably not qualified enough, or whatever it is. And I think when you put it all in a portfolio, you're like, oh, I've done all of this shit.
Yeah.
I've done all of this stuff. I really I've done a lot, and I have a lot to show for the work that I've done, and anybody would be lucky to have me.
Damn right. There you go. Toot that horn. Marissa and I love telling you guys about our experiences and showing you guys what's gotten here to this point in our career. And we're hoping that you're tuning in just so you could see what's helped us out. But we'd also love to hear from you guys. We mentioned in the last video that we're open to hearing what you're doing on platforms. What are you struggling with? We want to be here to provide you guys with help, and also, stay up to date. I also want to mention and point out the fact that I'm the only one that keeps taking sips out of my chalice.
Because I'm trying to it's very hard for me to make sure I'm making eye contact with the camera, but also talking to you and watching you, and then also remembering that I have wine. It's a lot of things to remember. YouTube is so hard. So I think we've kind of covered getting your foot in the door, just stepping in there. But once you've kind of gotten started, how do you start to move up? How do you keep growing? once you've gotten that first social media job?
One thing that I try to do when I negotiate a new position is add the education aspect to it. And one of the ways that I do that is by listing out social media conferences. So I'll put that in there and be like, can I go to 1 or 2 conferences, attend it? And it's basically just to grow my knowledge, network with people in your field.
I think it's a great ask because one, it shows them that you're interested in growing and interested in staying up to date and all that. But also, I mean, that is something that you should have your company agree to up front, that they'll pay for you to go do that stuff and that they're invested in you growing too.
For sure.
Just be hungry to do more stuff. So like, I really wanted to do more photography. So I kept asking for every opportunity to take more photos that we could put on the feed. Or like, I wanted to learn more about videos, or I wanted to get more in-depth knowledge about like budgets and boosting. So you just keep asking to do stuff and know what you want to do and ask to do it. I think the thing that I really would love for you to talk about, because you're so good at it and I'm so bad at it, is networking, and how that really helps you kind of like take those next steps in your career.
Yeah, so for me, networking is a constant. It's not just when I'm looking for a new job. So the way I look at it, and I basically, once I build those relationships at my job, I make sure to not only support them, like I'll be like, hey, can you leave me a LinkedIn recommendation? Like in general, I'll return the favor and I'll pass knowledge on to them as well, like how to utilize that platform or whatnot. But honestly, I consider myself like a pretty big like people person. So in general,
Yes,
oh, thank you. I don't know. I've been lucky enough to, when I have jobs, I'll always have a work best friend. Like it's just what's happened. And sometimes I get lucky to keep them for life, like you, because you're pretty much stuck with me. But yeah, it's more about just seeing who you click with and putting in the work. Like don't just wait until you're desperate. Always be thinking about your career, how it's going to grow. These people are here to help you, and you can return the favor as well.
I think that's very sweet, because you're basically saying don't use people, just be nice to people because you actually like people.
Yeah.
Because what you can get out of them, which makes a lot of sense. Easier said than done, because like I'm always so timid about like asking someone to be my friend,
Can you please I hope you walk up to them and make those hand motions when you're asking.
Please, will you be my friend?
Yeah, do that.
And very awkward, like just like I'll hand them a note that says, will you be my friend?
Yes or no.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say about how you keep growing, how you get your foot in the door?
There's so many different parts of social media. So it's not just, we touched on it a little bit with the, creating strategy content or whatnot, but there's also things like when influencers were a new thing, like just make sure that, once again, like whether you're signed up to newsletters, etc., like you have to constantly be thinking what's next, what's new in the field. Like just, I think that's really important, because that's why I'm in this field, because I literally am like, I need new stuff. Like I need things to grab my attention. So no, Justin.
Sarah says no, get out.
If you guys want to learn more about how to get started in social media, click here to subscribe and follow us.
We're still figuring out YouTube, but I think we'll have videos. We'll have videos here or here.
Good guess.
We're still figuring out how to do the...
We'll get it one day. We'll get it, guys.